This is some good shit.
Of the dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked. Right
Not
here.
better.
Smoke weed every day.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. Weed is from the earth. God put this here for me and you. Take advantage, man.
What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Welcome back to the Smoking Buzz channel. This is the Wake and Bake podcast.
Yes, sir.
I am your host with the Smoke, New Jersey Preem, joined as always by my right hand and co-host Jay Will. What's the deal, good brother?
What's going on, man? Ain't nothing. This is another day in the neighborhood, man. Ready to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But before we do that, we got to shout out my man, Dylan.
Dylan
Amicucci.
Amicucci. We got a Patreon. We got a buddy over on Patreon, and he goes by the name of Dylan Amicucci. Hopefully, we're pronouncing your last name right properly, bro. But if not, you make sure to let us know.
For sure.
But we appreciate you for becoming a Patreon over there, and for all of our Patreons, this is part of the package. You get a daily shout out. Every video we make, we shout you guys out in it as our
Dylan.
Patreons over there, or as our buddies over there and shit. Roll up, sit back, and relax, and enjoy the podcast. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, bro? How was your week?
Man, it was all right, man. It was cool. I got to see some family I ain't seen in a minute, man. We actually kind of kicked it a couple times this week.
That's dope.
Yeah. Actually, one of my cousins just actually left not too long ago, actually, man.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's what's up.
When I got here, it was always good to see family, but you ain't seen them in a while.
Most definitely.
My rest of my family down there in Georgia. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. You know what I mean? All definitely, good, though. Definitely. Other than that, spending time with the family here, at the house. Just regular stuff, man. How about yourself?
Mm-hmm. Same shit, different toilet. Ain't nothing new and shit. Just trying to stay out the way as we used to say back in the day and shit.
Yeah, interesting sports cycle. A lot of interesting things this week.
You ain't lying, man. This has been an interesting week for our channel. This has been an interesting week for us, in particularly. Shout out to the Reactors Guild, man. That's a page on YouTube that got your boy in a mashup doing a JID reaction to his song Community featuring clips and shit. So,
okay, bet.
You guys make sure y'all watch my reaction on my page, but once y'all done that, y'all go over to the mashup and y'all watch that reaction also and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, like it's been a very weekful week in hip hop. It's been a very weekful week in sports. But I think we're gonna have to start in hip hop, bro.
Yeah, real quick. Again, I feel like we've done it before. We do it a lot, and we're going to continue to do it, man. Just want to say, for the people who are subscribed, you like, watch the videos, you comment, thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Always.
Constantly. Every episode. Right now this is episode 112. And
yes, sir.
We're definitely we're starting to really grow, and we're starting to we're doing different things. We'll talk to you guys about really soon.
Some shit starting to bubble. Y'all make sure y'all become Patreons and shit. Y'all might get some information before the rest of the world do. So.
Yeah, because we definitely working on some things. Especially this upcoming football season coming up.
Oh
man.
yeah,
a lot of new things. May have some new faces on here. New things going on, new partners, there's a lot of different things, man. So.
There's a whole bunch of brand new shit. Speaking of brand new, this artist had a song called Brand New. You remember that song? Anything I'm doing brand new. Drake been in the news again lately, man, and sadly it's not for his ability to make hit songs and shit. It's actually for his ability to go to the courtrooms and complain and shit. Somebody said that his Canadian is starting to show.
Yeah, this is out of control, man. Like, what's going on, man? Like all this over a rap beef.
So for
how we get the lawyers and y'all going
for those who don't know, if you've been living under a rock or you just been out of the loop when it comes to hip hop news, Kendrick Lamar and Drake had a battle last year. Consensus says Kendrick won. Not too long after that, Drake filed a lawsuit against UMG, and and this is my thing, bro. Under the disguise as artists, freedom or freeman, you know what I'm saying? Like under the disguise of doing something for, you know what I'm saying, the people that comes under you and shit. When you really just trying to get any type of information on the nigga that beat you, for one, and for two, you're mad that the system that you use so well has
Yeah.
been used against you, and you just can't fathom that shit happening for some reason.
That's what it looks like, unfortunately, and that's where it's kind of weird for me because it seems like it seems like Drake speaking from a place of facts. Like he feels like UMG is doing these things. They got it out for him, basically. The
Right.
thing that I question, because we don't know, none of us really know. Obviously, all this stuff is just coming out. But it seems like he's very confident in these things. But it would just make me wonder, like, well, were you participating in said things, right?
Right.
Because it's just weird. It seems like all this is coming to the light because you lost the rap battle, right? Like he's like, I can't. Like, what KG said about, but all this over a basketball
Over a
game,
basketball
ball
game.
game. Like, goddamn, it's like, yo, like something. That's a part of the culture, man.
That's a fact.
It's gonna be those times when it's gonna be combative like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's usually someone's gonna be a winner, it's gonna be a loser. Like in most competitive things, it's like, and this is getting a little out of control, Preem. Like,
Man, you ain't lying, bro. I don't see how anybody in hip hop can respect the moves that he's made since the battle has been over.
mm-hmm,
I don't look. I think everybody probably would understand that for the rest of their careers, they would probably throw shots at each other, whether it be subliminally or directly. They would probably do, you know what I'm saying, do this for the rest of their career. That just happens when you have that type of animosity for another person. We saw it happen with Ja Rule and 50 Cent to the point where both of these guys are well into their 50s and still throwing shots at each other every chance they get. And shit. So if it's real animosity between each other, fans from our generation kind of understood that these guys is going to hate each other for the rest of their lives and shit. I think
mm-hmm,
what happens is these celebrities feed into their core fan bases, and a lot of their core fan bases is young and young
mm-hmm.
minded and
Right,
shit. So it's like I have to get my lick back immediately. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And by any means necessary. And I think that his fans allowed him to believe that this was the right move to make, and he
Mm-hmm.
forgot what culture that he was making this move in, for real.
Yeah, man. It's just I just hate sore losers like that, bro. Because unfortunately that's what it's
Yeah,
giving. It's like, come
facts.
on, my man. Like, because where was all this energy when you was back to back on Meek Mill and all that? Like, we didn't hear
Fact.
none of this. Can you imagine if Meek Mill would have pulled a lawsuit move on Drake? You would
What?
have kicked that man. Like, you would have kept kicking him.
For
Like,
real?
it's so crazy. It's like
You'll be wearing that like a
lawsuit,
trophy. You'll be living off of that like
right?
a trophy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know
Like,
what I mean? And it's just the thing is like I just feel like today how hip hop is relatively new. It's about 50 years old.
right.
I just feel like hip hop is not generally obviously it's not the same as it's evolved, but it's evolved in a good way where like the space it's like it's split up into sectors now. I just feel Drake is great at what he does. I just don't think he belongs in this sector. Like he's not a guy who I think is for the competitive part of hip hop. Like he fits to me with guys like Pitbull and Flow Rider. Like he's a song guy.
No
No,
doubt.
he's a pop. You're not there
He's an
for
entertainer.
the you're not here for the what I mean the lyrical sparring back and forth, man. I mean,
Right.
let's keep it a buck. He's 1 and 2 right
And
now.
the
And for
issue is we respected you uh for that. You know what I'm saying? For the fact that you got in the ring and you sparred and you went back and forth.
right,
It's everything you did afterwards that made you lose respect in a lot of people's minds.
real talk.
It's so funny because we look back at all this shit in retrospect, and one of the things that get talked about the least amount is J. Cole apologizing now, because that shit is, compared to everything that had happened since, it's like that shit don't even matter no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like we got to stop. You've been saying this, and but we gonna have to give credit to Styles P because that's where it's at. That
Yeah,
we got to stop changing trying to change the fucking rules to this game we call hip hop and shit, especially when you're not truly of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like you was just saying, like it was an interview. I forgot what interview it was, but Styles P basically loosely said something along the lines of, and he was kind of speaking somewhat, it seemed like, about Drake. And he was just saying, how, again, how talented, like, because regardless of what's going, I mean, as far as musically, we're not going to sit here and deny that Drake is talented. He has,
No
obviously
doubt.
a gift, but like you said, but hip hop is a culture, is an art form that comes, from a competitive place, man. It's from the inner cities, and we
Facts.
do things. It's competition, and it's like, he basically said, we love what you do. You're a big artist. You up there. You at the top. We love what you do up there, but you can't dictate the rules, and nobody's above this. Basically the system. No,
No, that's a fact.
nobody's above the program. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you wait. This is it's like from the Old Testament of hip hop, man. This is how the disputes are handled. You know what I mean? In that arena, and you can't be now. You're literally out here trying to gentrify the culture, and even that arena. It's like, listen, Ja Rule and 50 have real beef. You ain't here to see nobody have a lawsuit.
Real life beef
They
where
have
people
real
actually
life
got in physical
issues.
altercations and shit.
Yeah, and ain't nobody ever got a lawsuit. It's like, what the hell? You and that man ain't had no physical altercations. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all ain't had. You know what I mean? It's really over some music stuff, and it's like, how do we get the lawsuits, bro? And let's be honest, he may feel like, oh well, I'm not this. He said this thing that's not true about me, but
Right.
you might have said things about him that wasn't true.
Right.
It's just I feel like he got the best of him, being Kendrick getting the best of Drake.
Right.
And, I mean, no different than Pusha getting the best of Drake, and you got the best of Meek Mill. I mean,
Right.
that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. You gotta be saying, you are in victory, you gotta be in defeat, man.
And the
Like that's
difference
just
is
life.
I said it plenty of times. The difference between a lot, you know what I'm saying, you losing to Pusha T
Mm-hmm.
and losing to Kendrick is motherfuckers can't dance to Story of Adidon. Motherfuckers ain't gonna be playing Story of Adidon at the Super Bowl. motherfuckers, motherfuckers ain't gonna be
Regardless.
playing Story of Adidon in nightclubs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you hear
No.
that everywhere, and it's eating at him. No matter how much he would like to play that unbothered role,
Oh no,
you know what
he's
I'm
very
saying?
bothered.
He looked like a supervillain that's extremely bothered. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of supervillain, shout out to Cam. It's your
Mm-hmm.
Cameron, that is.
Oh, your Cam's wilding right now. Your Cam
Yeah,
out of control, yeah.
supervillain and shit.
He think he won the Harlem Globetrotter. That boy out here tripping. Why he tripping on Omar like that, man? Why you doing Omar
I don't
Gooden
know
like
what he's
this?
doing to Omar Goodney and shit. You said it
All
all
right.
started because he accidentally called him a junior.
Yeah, all right, so fam, this was like, yeah, it's supposed to be something going on, right? So along the lines, follow me here. So Omar Gooden and Cameron, Dipset, is what it is podcast. We all know Cam, right? So
Right,
they having an issue. I guess he said something. It was something that happened on his podcast, either is what it is or his other show called Talk with Flea,
right.
and it was something along the lines, I guess, of him basically saying like how basically certain actors, that if you're not an A-list actor, you have to wait around for work. Basically, you have to wait on a director, somebody to call you. And the crazy thing, he was actually giving Omar Gooding props, like saying, "Yo, Omar Gooding's a hell of an actor." He actually used him because he did an independent film where he actually used Omar Gooding called Percentage, which actually
Yeah,
was a dope little joint. So check that out. Obviously, if y'all anybody if you haven't seen it, get a
yeah. That
chance, just
shit.
look it up.
If it's not on
Yeah.
Tubi, it's definitely on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Look, check that joint out. Because Cam, he does like independent films and stuff.
Word.
But yeah, so I guess somehow, some way, Omar Gooden took offense to it, and Omar Gooden posed. I guess he made 3 diss tracks in a matter of however time. Now
I didn't
me,
even know this motherfucking rap. This
bro,
motherfucking rap.
family, Preem, I ain't never heard the diss track. I ain't even go listen to him. But I'm gonna go check them out though. Hopefully I have something for y'all.
Mm,
Episode 113. I'll tell you,
mm,
just to do an update because I didn't listen. I probably should have did that. It's bad on my part. But
word.
either or, he made this record. So Cam did some real extremely different petty shit, right? This dude, so what he did was he pretty much, I guess he went, he didn't put, I guess he hid his name or whatever. He booked Omar Gooding for a role in a movie, and the movie, it's crazy because the name of the movie was basically Killer in Spanish.
All right, okay.
And basically it wasn't. But the thing is, it wasn't a real movie. He made
Right.
it
It was
stunt.
never meant to be a real movie at
It was
all.
never meant to be a real movie. He was just pretty much just trying to, say, yo, he gonna pay his ops to come out here and got you hop, skipping, and jumping for a couple of low light dollars, and he's doing that for his entertainment. He basically said
Cam said that he spent more of that on floor seats when he goes
yeah,
to the game.
it's some rich, it's a
Some
rich nigga
rich,
thing, man.
yeah, and as a nigga that don't have the money to fly my ops out and give them niggas 3,500 and put them
You,
niggas in an imaginary
yeah.
movie and shit,
Mm-mm.
I actually was coming to a weird understanding because I couldn't understand it at first, but then I had to understand that rich niggas could do petty shit that us niggas that's not rich won't understand.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they use different battle tactics, man. Shout out to
Exactly.
Cam and Omar and those guys, but that's a different battle tactic
Cam
right
is
there.
moving like a villain from Gotham.
Yeah,
You know what
it's,
I'm saying?
yeah, he chose violence.
Yeah. Omar Gooden got 3,500 and he got flew out to
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah, we're not sure the exact amount. 'Cause I feel like me and Preem was talking about it, and I feel like they I seen one thing that
Well,
Preem
Cam
told.
said that they said I just watched the clip right before we came on. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, Cam has said that the going price was actually 1,500, and he added, you know what I'm saying, that he added the extra. He gave him the 35 because you know what I'm saying, just to give it to him, trying to be
Right.
nice and shit. So
Oh
he
Jesus.
gave it 35. I think he said for the full day or some shit. He came down, shot a scene or whatever. He had him doing push-ups with the shirt off and all that crazy shit. And the whole time
Yeah.
he's doing this, the whole time they actually recording the movie, Cam is in his lair, if you will,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
watching this bitch on
some
his camera
Mojo
on the screen
Jojo,
and shit.
Doctor Doom shit. This nigga crazy. He ain't there
Hey,
watching. My boy was on the bed taking a nap. While you doing push-ups at 6 in the morning.
crazy work, bro.
Crazy. That is wild. And then
Y'all better stop beefing with these New York niggas. They the most pettiest niggas in the
but
world,
hold
bro.
up, Pre. As they're going through the lines. So this is the thing I did kind of question, right? Because again, he's playing a movie out with a fake movie, whatever.
Right.
And the commentary, everybody around you is speaking Spanish. And mind you, when they're speaking Spanish, they talking shit about Omar Gooden. They
So
kicking this nigga. He
he
don't
don't know
know.
that. Oh
No,
man,
they
that's
speaking
crazy.
Spanish around him. He kicking they bike. They kicking, they calling him all type of fat pigs and shit. They talking about it. The name of the movie's in Spanish, but the actual English translation to the name of the movie is Killer, like for Killer Cam. So I'm like,
Right.
oh, this dude is
No,
petty. He don't
I just said it.
even really. Well, I'm talking to
Cam.
fam, talking to the fam and
Right.
shit. So yeah, but that's just crazy.
So look, the funny thing about it is
And
to
they
be
was
that
all his
petty, right?
people. Yeah,
To be that petty, because to use that as a metaphor, you know what I'm saying, is like that, like it's like Killer being the
crazy.
name of the movie. Of course, the motherfucker that produced and motherfucking fund the movie, apparently funded the movie,
Yes,
was Cam and shit.
that's crazy.
All to make, you know what I'm saying, light or make fun of motherfucking Omar Gooden. And bro, if my ops giving me money, I'm not upset.
Well,
And
that's how Omar took
right.
it.
And at the same time, it's more exposure for niggas like Omar, you know what I'm saying, who is a actor that haven't got as much work as recently. You know what I'm saying? Cam, this is Cam words, bro. I'm not trying to be funny or ignorant or anything. But Cam said that nigga was working doing comedy at restaurants like Olive Garden
Red
and shit
Lobster.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Lobsters and shit. Before he came and gave him that 3,500 and flew them out and shit. So
But hold up, we gotta get the other part because Omar he was basically cool with it. He said, "Yo, I got a trip to Miami, got a
yeah,
room, and got a couple of dollars." And even Cam said it. And I mean, from my experience, I mean, a lot of people, if you don't, obviously, Omar Gooding is the younger brother of Cuban
Cuban.
Gooding Jr.
Yeah,
That's his
yeah.
younger brother. You might have probably the most Omar Gooding's most famous role was in the movie Baby Boy. He played the character Pete, who was
Right, right,
Jody, who
right,
was Tyrese Gibson. That was his right hand man in that movie. So
right.
no, just for reference, no, if y'all don't know
He
Omar
wanted to
Gooding
turn
work.
unstable creatures
Yeah,
and shit. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying?
He was trying to sling that dress. He
Right.
almost had it, but he just went off the
Yeah,
rails.
just a little
But
too
yeah,
aggressive. Shit,
So yeah, obviously if you haven't seen Baby Boy, it's like almost like a cultural,
right.
classic in some way. So that was probably the movie he's most known for.
No doubt, no
You know
doubt.
what I mean?
Of
And he's
course, a
actually
lot
a
of
good,
kids know him growing up from the shows on Nickelodeon and all that shit too. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
He's actually he actually has talent,
Really
man.
really talented for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
he can actually
like you said, that
act.
was Cam Initial's point. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
he
right.
was talented. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he played the shit out of Pete and Baby Boy. He did that.
Hell
Like
yeah, hell yeah.
Jody walked in that joint like I got jumped. He said, "By who? By some little
Hmm.
niggas, some little niggas. Kim, go get my gun."
Yeah, facts, facts.
Yo, my boy crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what that was, man. So I don't know.
I'm
I ain't
not
really
mad.
got too much.
I'm not mad at the entertainment. I think both of those
Yeah.
guys came out of it understanding that it wasn't super. Excuse me, personal.
Yeah, they still going back and forth, but you and me ain't going back and forth talking about it. So what else we got, man?
Shit.
What else?
Shit. Hey, yo, we didn't talk about this, but it just popped in my head.
Word.
Uh, did you see that Des Bryant apologized to Nicki Minaj and she accepted it, basically?
Okay, right. So even as we're talking about this, see family, we again, if you haven't, if you're not on our Patreon, so we have behind the scenes footage of things we talk about, going into our subject matter, whether it's questions of the week, Blazing Five, but sometimes we do freestyle these things. We didn't even talk about that in the production meeting.
Not at all.
But yeah, right. So,
Not
but
at
nah,
all.
but I just wanted to just put that out there. But no,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. So tell me about it. So he said
I
he
mean,
apologized to Nicki
he
after that.
basically he basically tweeted saying that I apologize. He basically apologized to his fans, his younger fans, for even doing this on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Having this type of energy put out there into the world, type shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And she basically was like, yeah, she tried to play it off like, you know what I'm saying, like when you're wrong type of shit. And I hate people that do that shit because y'all both adults. You can admit that you're wrong in this situation too.
Mm-hmm.
But she accepted it, and she also said that the fight is still up for offer because her husband has those hands, LOL and shit like that. But
Right.
shout out to Des Bryant for actually understanding that um, we don't always have to look crazy on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Even if we are
Yeah.
provoked and shit. So
Yeah, for sure, man. And I'm pretty sure if you guys seen episode 111, I think we've kind of touched on that. If y'all don't know what the whole
we've
Des
been talking
Bryant,
about Nicki a lot lately.
Nicki Minaj, definitely go back. It is up there. You can check it out. 111, where we kind of spoke on Nicki Minaj and her
No
crash
doubt.
outs as of lately, and the whole thing with Des Bryant. Wow.
Oh man, we did speak about this. We didn't speak about it in the production meeting, but we did talk about it throughout the week. Ari Lennox is back in the goddamn news again.
The good sister, the sister Ari Lennox, man.
And look, I felt like we was really gentle with her the first time we spoke. At least I
Shake
know I
it
was.
up.
I was
Uh-huh.
extremely because I'm an actual fan of Ari and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she came in the news again and she doubled down on how she felt about Martin, which is like, hey, that's your feelings, that's your feelings. But then she came off and she also said a couple months ago, I watched some of Bernie Mac comedy and there's some of his stuff that didn't sit right with me either. And my
Bernie
thing is
Mac.
this,
Oh
right?
Lord.
My thing is this: that better not have been your introduction to Bernie Mac a couple months ago. You better have been saying that you saw something that you never seen before, if that's the context of what you're putting it in.
Right.
Because as someone that's whatever age you are, I don't really care to think about that. But the point I'm making is someone that's been around the block for like that, for you to be talking about Bernie Mac, you should understand the time and the type of comedy that he did. It's abrasive comedy.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing new in the world of comedy. He's not the first person, he's not the last person that did that type of comedy. But my
Not at
thing is
all.
this: is she said it several times in the clip. I wish I had the clip, but she said it several times that she is sensitive. And my thing is, you can't be sensitive in comedy. You can't
Mm-hmm.
take these jokes personal, regardless if
Right.
they say nappy headed black, this, that, and the third. You can't take this shit personal. It's meant to make you laugh, not make you hurt or overthink some shit.
Yeah.
Most people that overthink some shit is the ones that you know what I'm saying, think like that.
Yeah. Most comedians. And the most important thing is right. Is intention, right?
Right.
If we watch any stand up, obviously, you're not talking directly to anyone. I
Right.
guess again, like you and me, we've had conversations offline about it. When we talked about we didn't put it in the production meeting today, but we've had
Right.
conversations during the week about both, how she felt about Martin and Bernie Mac. And
Right.
I mean, listen, me personally, I don't agree with her. I don't think you do either. But I guess maybe she's taking something else from that I'm not taking. I didn't take any of those things. Like I just strongly disagree. I don't know what position and what she's seeing and how she's taking it. Me
Right.
personally, I would assume, and this is an assumption, that she had some things maybe happen going on in her life or in her past, and I think it's triggering something.
Without a doubt.
I don't think nobody kind of I didn't take none of that from that.
Well, I
Like
told you my theory with the Martin thing is because she said she could
mhm,
pinpoint specific jokes and shit like that she felt like was attacking Pam, especially on the colorism side of it. But
mhm,
I felt like people used some of those jokes from Martin against her, and she didn't notice until she actually started watching Martin and realized that's where these jokes came from. And even though the jokes that was said to her by the people that said to her was rooted in colorism, the jokes that Martin said was not. You know what I'm saying? So I need her to
yeah,
understand the difference. Whereas though some and now if this shit never happened and I'm just out here reaching, then I'm just out here reaching. But it's just certain
right,
things that you know what I'm saying that you could just look from a distance and be like, well, maybe this happened and this is why this triggering that person. You know what I'm saying? Because we all been bullied at one point in time in our lives for one reason or another and shit. So I can understand how something like that can trigger her, you know what I'm saying, to think about that shit. But I don't think that as an avid fan of Martin, as a motherfucker that's currently right now watching the Bernie Mac show, shit, like, I
right.
can't say that these motherfuckers in any way, shape, or form was disrespectful to black women. If anything, Bernie was the one that was disrespectful to the other, you know
Man,
what I'm saying, the
You know what the
people.
funny thing about Bernie? In a weird way, Bernie Mac show was so PC, bro. Like it was just, it was
Yeah,
like,
facts,
it
low
was a
key.
fit. It was like a
That
really
was his
like,
whole gimmick and shit.
bro. If there was any such thing, Bernie Mac show could have been on like some Disney After Dark shit. Like pause. I don't
Facts.
know if that's crazy, but not.
That sound wild though.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna let me know in the comments. I'm sure we do have some of the. To me, we have some of the best engagement in the comment section. Sometimes
No
we've
doubt.
had a crazy, like, good, like, since episode 110. We've had some crazy engagement.
Hell
But
yeah.
either what I meant by that is basically like it was a family show, and a lot of times when you come, especially from a certain, I mean, I don't know my, I just know I can speak on the community and how we came up, man.
Right,
We
no
all
doubt.
had an Uncle Bernie Mac, an auntie, mom, dad, somebody. It was like that was just tough love, man. He actually gave a damn about them kids to be on their asses the way he was.
Without a
That's
doubt.
what I took from Bernie Mac. Bernie, if you don't never seen the Bernie Mac show, um, it was basically it was loosely kind of based on his life somewhat,
Yeah.
and but bottom line, it really was about him having a sister who fell on hard times, whether it was a drug addiction, whatever the case may be, and he took in three of her kids, two of his
Right.
nieces and his nephew, and he's a famous comedian. He's taking them from the south side of Chicago to bringing them to where he is, and just obviously because he didn't have any kids, so it's kind of
Right.
the trials and tribulations of them kind of growing together, and them learning to be in each other's spaces and understanding, being there for family and ultimately loving them a lot through tough love, but it all coming together when it counted, man. That was
Well,
the
no
real
doubt.
premise of the
He
story. You know
right.
what I mean?
And
I mean, other
he was
people might
kind
have
of the
took
parent
something other.
that he was kind of the parent that our parents liked, and you know what I'm saying on the TV shows and shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like oh yeah, that's how you talk to the kids, or that's how you know what I'm saying.
right.
It's that type of vibe. Whereas though you always we grew up with the Cliff Huxtables, the Uncle Phil was cool and shit too. But
Mm-hmm.
Bernie would talk shit to you. Bernie would really like you know what I'm saying, play in your face type and shit. You know what I'm saying, make you look crazy out here in these streets.
Yeah,
He ain't play no games.
it's cool because even when you think about it, right? Because you're bringing it up, it made me think the Bernie Mac show. No, of course, R.I.P. to the legend, Bernie Mac.
Of
But
course.
but it was it was actually a dope family show.
Facts.
You dig
And
what
it
I'm
was funny
saying?
as shit. It was
It
funny
was
as shit.
funny as all hell. You know what I mean? I remember the one episode. I forgot what it was, but it was they lost the boy, his nephew Jordan, and they
Yeah,
couldn't find him. And it's funny because they got back to the crib and he had like a telescope. And I remember him saying, he's like, "Oh
yeah,
Lord, the boy got a rifle,"
yeah.
because of the glare off the goddamn telescope. He thought he was up there with a sniper rifle. He
Yeah,
about to
he
shoot
said
up
he
the whole
turned
neighborhood. The
DC on
boy
you,
got a
boy.
rifle. Yeah, he said the boy got a rifle. He about to shoot that. He said, I know you're mad at me, but don't take it out on the neighborhood. I was
Right,
the boy got a rifle. He had a telescope. He wanted to see the stars back
right.
home in Chicago because he basically missed home.
He missed.
That's
Yeah,
all
where
it
he
was.
was at.
Yeah, in that episode. So that's what I'm saying. Like I took it as a family fun show.
It
You
was.
know
Now,
what I
if she
mean?
talking about his stand-up comedy and all that shit, like I said,
Right.
first of
Well,
all,
she
we
said
got
the Bernie Mac show. That's what she said, right?
right. No, well, she said she watched
That's
Bernie
what
Mac recently. She didn't say Bernie
Oh, she
Mac
didn't
show.
say this show. Okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I might stand corrected then. All right,
Right.
cool.
So if it's one of his stand-up specials or if it's his deaf comedy stand-up and shit like that,
But
like you gotta like I said, you gotta understand for one, comedy is subjective. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't give a fuck about that. But for you to say, oh, he said some stuff that don't sit right with me, then you just don't like that brand of comedy. And then you just gotta understand you gotta stay away from that. You gotta stay away from abrasive type. Like people like Corey Holcomb, you would probably go crazy listening to that, man. You know what I'm saying? So just stay away from that type of comedy so you won't have to put yourself through that. And I don't even think that Bernie was that abrasive. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to his talk about women and whether it be sexist or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but
that's
that's her personal
always
opinion. Like I said, bro, I can't invalidate her and shit like that. I just think it's corny that you even going back and trying to look at this shit and like you gotta understand that this shit happened in the 90s most of the time. Comedy was so different back then and shit, right?
right because you're talking to someone who's probably at least a good 20 years, at least your senior when
Right.
he was here. And the funny thing is weird. I always thought it was weird when an artist critiques another artist, right? Because if you're a comedian, you are an artist. You write your own material. You know, same no different than a songwriter, a singer,
Right.
which Ari
Right.
Lennox is. I felt that, and most artists, I forgot who said it. I want to say I might be wrong. I think it was Erica Badu. She said, "No, us artists we sensitive about our
Yeah,
shit."
yeah, Miss Badu. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just thought it was
Uh-huh.
very weird that Ari would be critiquing someone else's art. You
That's a
dig what I'm
fact.
saying? You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that. I agree with
That's
that.
kind of weird to me because someone critique your music and they can be taking something negative away from that. But I'm sure that's not your intention.
Right. Or
But I
something
don't.
literal. And when you're going to say that
Right.
it's art, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People gotta understand. You know, when you do something and you put it out into the world, yes, Ari can feel the way she wants to feel, but you also have to understand you're an artist yourself, and people may
Right.
not agree with certain things you say or certain things you do. And you can say, "Well, I don't care and don't care," but they don't have to care about your opinion.
Yeah.
I just think if it's not for you, ma, like don't accuse people of doing things without actually having a conversation because it's one thing to go to the internet and say how you feel. I mean, but
Right.
if you can, but if you can reach out to the people, I mean, obviously you can't reach out to Bernie Mac, right? But
Right.
but like
But
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure she could have reached out to Tanisha Arnold and to Martin and shit like that.
And that's
And even
crazy
though with
because
these people coming out,
Martin's from DC and she's from DC.
right.
I'm sure I mean,
But
but
with these people coming out and saying like Pam or Tanisha came out and said that she never took it anyway from the jokes, and then and if it was jokes that she or Martin felt like was too far, they both would say something. And 9 times out of 10, Martin would be the one that says something first. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like anybody was going in there with any type of malicious intent. The whole point was to make the funniest show possible, and I think that
man,
those guys did a hell of a job at that shit. You feel me?
we can't tell people how to feel, but man, it is something it's called having a sense of humor. All right, man, get with it.
Yeah, you can't be
But
sensitive in the world of comedy, boy. That's gonna get you hurt every time. You're gonna be out here looking like Azalea Banks.
you don't want that.
You
What
better
else we got?
chill.
What else we got, brother?
Oh man, shit. We got I don't know. Do you want to go get into this Blazing Five? Do you want to get into our because we let you guys know, we let you guys and girls and everybody else in between know, last week that we was going to be coming back with our all-time 11 personnel offenses too.
Oh
So just
yeah.
know that we do have that loaded in the clip, ready to go at any point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, you want to show the people. If you want to show the people, I mean, so they can get a little bit, they can talk about it in the comments and
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
who we
why
going
not?
out there first? We giving out my squad, or we giving out your squad first? Because the
Eh,
whole all right. So look, let me break it down real quick before we give it up. And shit. So the whole way we're gonna do this is we got 11 personnel. 11 personnel is 3 wide receivers. You got 2 on the outside, 1 on the inside, which is a slot receiver. Of course, you got your 4 down linemen in your tight end, and then you got your quarterback and running back, right? And then on each side, we get a chance to do the same thing on defense, and we running our normal base nickel defense and shit. So that means you'll have 2 safeties, a nickel cornerback who plays the inside, and 2 outside receivers, 2 linebackers, and 4 down linemen.
all right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So this week, you guys are getting our offense, and our season finale next week. You guys are getting our motherfucking um,
Right.
defense. That shit. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm. So what? So 11 personnel, man. You gonna release those lists for
11
that 11
personnel,
personnel?
yo. So we gonna have. I'm gonna let you go first and shit. And just to let you guys know, we got our coaches on our squad too. We want full. We want all out. You type shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
So
words. So you want me to run mine down first?
we gonna have yours pop up first and shit. Let me
All
get
right,
this shit
cool.
going real quick. Let me get this joint going real quick. Make sure that I got the right people up there. I don't think I have yours up there. Hold on. I do. I do have yours up there. Where is it at? I can't find it though. It's not popping up.
Look, you put yours up first.
I'm going to put mine up first. That shit. We're gonna put mine up first.
Let's
This is
pick New
mine right here.
Jersey
We see it.
Preem's
You can
joint
see it.
apart. Yeah,
You can see it. Can
let's
you
pick
see it?
his joint. I can see it. Yeah, I see it. All
Bet,
right, let's see
bet,
what he
bet. So
got there.
we're gonna start from the left and go over to the right and shit. You know. Well, before we start that, you see my head coach is the GOAT and shit. Bill Belichick. We
Bill
starting out. You
Belichick.
see, we going defensive heavy. Win shit, right?
Time out, time out, time out, time out. All right, disclaimer. Okay, we gonna hear about this in the comments, right?
Uh huh.
So, again, obviously you see at the top it says New Jersey Preem's all-time offense. Mine's
Right.
gonna be it's gonna say Jay Will's all-time offense. So
Right.
yes, we picked because again we didn't really know who picked who until we exchanged it.
Now go ahead. You
So
got it.
certain players, I feel like we're gonna see in the comment. Oh well, y'all didn't put this is an all-time list, man, and not for nothing. Even without a certain player or two, they probably not gonna be able to
Mm-hmm.
beat these offenses that we putting out because we get to pick through any NFL players in history, coaches, whatever
Facts.
the case may be. I know they're gonna say, and
And the
I'll
whole
say
point
it.
is we don't want
Well,
to. And I don't want to pick low hanging fruit all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't always want to pick the easy pickings every time. And if that was the case, we'd probably have 2 of the similar looking teams and shit. So we definitely wanted to add
right,
some variety to our
like we
picks.
right, we're gonna have some of the same players as we because now I mean, we know what each other's list is now, but I don't want to
Right.
hear nobody say because I'm gonna tell you right now because I'm sorry not to go off joint because I know you're trying to explain your joint, but
Now
some of
you
y'all, if
good.
y'all see the list up there, you see who we got at quarterback. I'm gonna tell you right now, he got Aaron Rodgers, I got somebody, but either one of us got Tom Brady, and that's nothing
Neither one
against
of us.
Tom Brady. Tom is the GOAT, but when we put these lists together, we were trying to be different. I think we both assumed that one of us would have Tom Brady, but ultimately we both tried to be different, and we didn't. Neither one of us got
I
Tom
called
Brady.
it out. I called it
Right,
out. I called out 2 of the people that we both don't have on
right,
our list.
right.
And I ain't apologizing for shit.
Oh no, I
I
ain't
think
apologizing neither. I just don't want to hear the dumb shit in the comments. But
Nah, bring it in the comments because even if you add those people on your team, it's not too many people beating this squad right here. And let me
listen,
get into this
listen.
shit. You feel me?
Go ahead, man. Just talk to me. What's up?
Right.
What
So
you
so
got
at
going
the
on?
X, you know what I'm saying, out on the outside of the on the right side of the field and shit. On the
Mm-hmm.
left side, excuse me, of the field and shit. We got T.O. and shit, right? So I got T.O. over there. On the inside of him, we got Crash Out. And look, so I did this with the whole plan. My team is all about the crash outs, but that's why I got the disciplinarians at coach. You know what I'm saying? So they're
Both of
gonna
our
keep
teams are very
everybody.
similar to that. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead,
We're gonna keep,
talk to us, man. Tell us who you
we're gonna
got,
keep
man.
everybody in line. So we got Antonio Nino Brown coming in at my slot receiver and shit. Like, we got Jonathan Ogden at my left tackle, one of the best
Nino
tackles of
Brown
all
was
time.
crazy.
And shit. Thanks.
Yo, he
We
did have
got
that cut one time. My bad,
yeah,
but yeah, he did
yeah,
have
with
that
the
one
dye
cut.
and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had the But go ahead.
facts. At my left guard, we got the best guard in the history of the game of football, Larry Allen. At my center, we got another crash out and Marquise Pouncey.
Mm.
At my right guard, we got arguably the best right guard of this generation, probably not even to argue and shit, and Zach Martin. And then
Okay.
at right tackle, we got arguably the best right tackle of all time, in
Ooh.
Lane Johnson.
Who Lane Johnson play for? Who Lane Johnson play for? Come on, Dallas Cowboy fan. Who he play for?
He played for the bum ass Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh Lord, I know that hurt your heart.
But he is one of the best Philadelphia Eagles to ever play. One of the best players to ever
Easily.
play the right
Oh,
tackle position.
easily. Gotta give Lane the Eagles. They did a hell of a job picking him up.
Without a doubt.
Who else we got?
Filling out my offensive line and my receiving core is Rob Gronkowski at tight end. And
Wow.
you know I'm the tight end person, bro. You know that's one of my favorite positions in the NFL.
Sure.
This was hard for me to pick because there was so many great people that you could pick at that position.
Hold up. Is that my boy at running back?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hold on, let me finish this out though, because we got over there by himself and shit. We got Megatron. You know, it's Calvin Johnson, big 81 over there by himself and shit. So my receiving core goes T.O., A.B., Calvin Johnson, and at my tight end is goddamn Grunt. In my backfield,
Is AB still? Is he still in the
go ahead.
run? I heard Antonio Brown was on the run. He out in Dubai.
He playing for the Dubai Tigers right now.
I know I'm not snitching on him, man. Everybody know he out there.
Everybody know he out there.
Yeah,
Why would he just know that information? So don't nobody get in the comments
boy.
talking about it.
Yeah.
Why would he
I
only
told
be the
him
person
somebody.
that
I told
asked
on AB. No, I mean,
Facts.
but go ahead, continue.
Facts. But in my backfield, I got the running back that had the most touchdowns in the season and shit, and one of the best dual threat running backs of all time. And my man LT, LaDainian Thomas. He's the only person that took another all-time great nickname and nobody argued about it and shit.
He the only person I ever known named LaDainian.
Facts. Yo, bro, I was thinking about that when I was looking at this man. I'm like, bro, I never known nobody before or after named LaDainian. That's crazy.
LaDainian Thomason. I
And
never even
for the
thought
longest,
of that.
niggas would say LaDamian and shit. Niggas thought it was LaDamian for the longest. Tell me you didn't. Everybody did. Niggas wasn't thinking LaDanian.
LaDainian. Like, I ain't never heard.
Crazy.
I haven't heard like names like when I hear people say Cameron and stuff like that. Like,
right.
But LaDainian
is crazy.
Like,
it's
crazy.
You had to be a great football player with a name like LaDainian.
Yeah, you see, if you go to your local like hotel or somewhere, they say LaDainian Thompson. Yeah, that's him.
No, that's him. There's nobody else named that.
No, I mean,
facts. And rounding my 11 personnel out, I got goddamn the crash outs of all crash outs at the quarterback position, Aaron Rodgers and shit. But honestly, might be one of the most talented, if not the most talented quarterback in the history of the NFL.
He threw one of the best balls I've ever seen.
For real. The process in picking him rather than Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, because I feel like that was the only two options for. Well, other two options was Tom Brady or Peyton Manning rather than Aaron Rodgers. Is because I think he does everything that those guys do, and he's just a little bit more athletic. You know what I'm saying? Just a tad bit more athletic than those guys and shit.
Right.
And then at my head coach, I got Bill Belichick. I was gonna put him at my defensive coordinator, and I was gonna have Jimmy Johnson as my head coach. You know, just be loyal to the soil when it comes to Cowboy Nation. But I was thinking, I'm like, I can't have a 6-time Super Bowl champ as my goddamn defensive coordinator, and plus who was your head coach So I was like, I gotta have somebody that can match with who you have as your head coach and shit. With my defensive coordinator, I got the big tuna, Bill's mentor, you know what I'm saying, and Bill Parcell. And then at my OC, I got somebody that we are both very familiar with, and Kyle Shanahan. I think he's one of the best offensive minds in NFL history, and shout out to him too, also.
Overrated. Overrated.
He had a top 5 offense most of the time he's been a head coach. As a coordinator, I think he had a top 5 offense his whole time as a coordinator and shit.
He gave the ball to Debo, and he goddamn pulled Trent Williams around that side, and they threw the ball to goddamn George Kittle. They just went east and west. That's all they did. They barely went vertical. They had nothing. But that's either here or there, man. Go
For
ahead.
those who you don't know,
I'm triggered. I'm sorry.
Jay is a Los Angeles Rams fan. For those of you guys who don't know,
I don't know if y'all can see that sign back there.
Nah, they about to see it because I'm about to bring this down right here and shit, right? Because we gotta get you up there and shit. We gotta get your team and your people up there.
Yeah, if you see that right, Ram fans only. Jordan Mancave. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Word. I don't know why
I don't know why I don't got my Rams hat on, but that's either way there. But
I don't know why I can't get yours to show up. Hold on.
Yeah, that's crazy. Somebody don't want me to win.
It won't show up. This shit.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'm trying.
I think New Jersey Preem trying to sabotage me.
I'm not. I promise you. All right, I got you.
The
Here
fix
we go.
is in. Oh, we good?
Here we go.
Oh, all right,
yeah,
cool.
hold up. Can you see it? Is it up there?
Let me see. Oh,
is it up there?
We here. Yeah, we here.
You got it.
Yeah.
Say that.
All right, hold up.
That.
I'll take it from here. Right. All right.
All right.
So, like I was saying, so some of the players that we got are similar. Again, because we made our joints, then we talked. So at my ex, I mean, I got obviously one of the best, 3 receivers. Again, just like Tom Brady.
You see what
we don't have Jerry Rice. Yeah, because you an asshole. Yeah, so we didn't get Jerry Rice. We understand what Jerry Rice is the GOAT. We understand he's the GOAT receiver. But again, we're just doing our list, right? So either or. At my ex, I have Terrell Owens, T.O., Terrell. You know what I mean? Terrell, and again, at my Y, my slot. I'm a Rams fan, so I'm a little biased, but I do feel just when you talk about the best receivers, a lot of times we say Moss, Owens, Rice, top 3. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I'm a Rams fan. I think he top 5 at least. And I'll argue that with anybody. In my slot, at my Y, I got Isaac Bruce. Yeah, you don't like it? Yeah, all right. You better ask somebody.
Facts. If you don't know about him, you better go on your YouTubes.
Yeah, figure it out.
Thanks.
At my left tackle, more Rams bias, but not really. I got one of the best.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, one of the best offensive linemen. Definitely in pass protection. I got Orlando Pace.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? If you know, you know.
Yes, sir.
First overall out of Ohio State, man. Again, do y'all research. At left guard, I have Steve Hutchinson.
No doubt. I mean? And I thought that was one of the best picks. I forgot all about my guy. I would have put him at the right until you stole him.
If a lot of times if people don't know if you old school, you really into football, being drafted by Seattle. I mean, back when Sean Alexander was doing all that work, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then in his later prime years, went over to Minnesota.
Opened the doors for AP.
Adrian Peterson to be that monster that he was.
Yes,
that was that offensive lineman who was opening those gaps in between the tackles when he was breaking 50, 60, 70-yard run, 80-yard run on y'all. It was because of that man right there. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
At my center, my real football fans know my man Kevin Mawa. I believe that's his name from the Jets.
I always called it Maui, but yeah.
Yeah, Maui. Yeah. I always mess that man name up. I'm saying that he's on my all-time list, right? Definitely one of the best centers, in the league.
Hell yeah, in history.
Yeah, man. He had Curtis Martin out here looking amazing. You know
no
what
bullshit.
I mean? You know what I mean? And it's so crazy because my right guard, I kind of argue with New Jersey Preem on this one about that comment he said about the best guard ever. He said, Larry Allen, I like to think my man Will Shields from the Kansas City Chiefs is probably one of the best guards,
Yeah,
ever.
He could probably be in a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because let me tell you something about Larry Allen real quick, y'all. Larry Allen was a big physical, strong. Go on YouTube and back in the day when they had the Pro Bowl, they would have like skill challenges and different events, and one of them was
Right.
like a strongest man.
Yeah, the
And
bench
to
press.
understand how strong Larry Allen was on that bench press, it is a sight to be seen. This man might have lifted up 225 like I don't even
But
like
he was
40,
agile
50
too. You know what I'm
times.
saying? He like you don't want to see him
Yeah,
pulling. You
he
don't want to see him pulling.
was. Again, I mean, even if you take away just the size aspect, at least with Will, and again, I'm not saying he's not, but Will Shields was technically sound, bro. I mean, just skill
Oh
wise
yeah.
to the T, he was like that. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
he was one of those guys, yo. If you was a young guy, you was a rook. If they did what they do now, like with the tight end camps and all that, this is the guy you want to listen to. You know what I mean? He gonna teach you those fundamental things you need to know. Will Shields is someone who I was. If you were interior offensive lineman, research him, study him. If you in high school, college, if you don't know, man, brush up on him. Either
I
or.
can't disagree with that. Go ahead.
Right. My right tackle, I have Jonathan Ogden. Ravens great. I think, bro, he got Jonathan Ogden, but on the left side.
Yes,
And,
sir.
now, traditionally, yes, he does. He's a left tackle. But
Yeah.
again, this is an all-time offensive lift. You can't have an offensive line without Jonathan Ogden, right? You just can't. So I just put him on my
In
right
our
side.
personal opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, y'all may feel otherwise,
Right.
but I feel like you just have to have him on the
No doubt.
offensive line. You know what I mean? So I got him at my right since I got Orlando Pace on the left. At my tight end, I have Antonio Gates. And I know how you feel about Gates. I was like his guy growing up. He
That's
loved
my
them tight
favorite
end.
tight end. Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I definitely had to get Antonio Gates. Probably had I'm only tight end I think to ever have over 100 touchdowns.
He got the
Man,
most touchdowns in
most
history for
touchdowns.
a tight end. For a tight end,
A monster.
I think he got like 100 and if I'm not, I want to say like 116 or more. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
something
know
like
it's definitely
116, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm outside. I know the last number is definitely a 6. You know what I'm saying?
for sure. You know what I mean? Got that basketball background at Kent State, man. It's like grabbing rebounds, high pointing that ball, man. He did it
The only
quite
player that
often
never
in the red
played
zone.
college football to make the Hall of Fame. I believe they did. They just said that because he just recently went to
Mm-hmm.
the Hall of Fame
Word.
and shit.
Well deserved.
He's the only player in college, I mean, in NFL history to never play college football and to make the NFL Hall of Fame. So shout out to
Yeah.
bro.
Right. And so at my Z, on the opposite side, of course, I got
The
Randy
freak,
Moss. Know what I mean?
the freak, no Diddy.
Yeah. At quarterback, again, bro had Aaron Rodgers. Again, we don't have Tom Brady. I told you that from the beginning. Knowing what I know, that I probably would have picked him, but
Uh,
instead, I actually took Peyton Manning,
the sheriff.
the human, the sheriff, the human computer,
Right.
Omaha. You know what I mean, y'all?
Right.
You know, and my running back, a little bit more Rams bias, but no, he liked that. I got Marshall Faulk in my
One
background,
another running back that's one of the best two
one of the
way players.
best ever.
Right.
Thing running back you would want him or they need to do from running the rock inside, outside, left, right, between the tackles, blocking, receiving,
Receipt facts.
receiving.
Facts.
I mean, he's one of the few running backs who actually had 1,000 yards.
Didn't he have 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in the same year?
He sure did.
And didn't he throw a touchdown that year too? Shit like
Yeah, yeah, I believe so. No, and
yeah,
so
Marshall
yeah,
Faulk was he opened the door for the prototypical running back in today's game, like the type of running back that people say is a 3 down back, the ones that's out there blocking, that guys that get out there come out of the backfield, line up out of the backfield. He walks so people like Le'Veon Bell and Christian McCaffrey and all these other guys that's dual threat running backs, so those guys can run for real.
right.
That's one of that, even though that's your guy, that's one of my guys too. I love Marshall Faulk, one of my favorite players in
Word.
history too. So
All right, let me
and your
round this up.
coaches and
My
your punk ass coaches
coaches.
and shit.
So I chose to go. He went with Bill Belichick. I chose to go with Andy Reid. You know what I mean? Another one of the best, to me, one of the best coaches in NFL history.
Especially one of the best offensive minds in NFL
Yes,
history.
one of the best. No, definitely offensive minds.
Yeah, hell
Uh,
yeah.
Again, if y'all know, I'm about to say it again. A little bit more Rams bias. At my OC, I took the real best offensive play call. It ain't that shit that guy he talking about. I don't know nothing about that. Only one of those guys got a Super Bowl ring as a head coach. I'm just saying.
That's a
And it's the
fact.
guy I'm
That's
about to name, Sean McVay. What are we talking about? I mean, the guy was 31 years old when he got a head coach. He was 31 as a head coach. In less than 10 years, he went to 2 Super Bowls and won one. I mean, what are we talking about here, right?
That's a fact.
Because after Andy get up out of here, you know who the best coach in the league is at that point.
Word.
And this is a good one. This is for my real football fans. My defensive coordinator. I mean, you probably can't see the picture because it's so it's kind of small, so you probably can't make it out. My defensive
They
coordinator.
can't see it. They can't see this. It look pretty big on my screen.
Well, maybe they can. Well, maybe,
Okay.
but they may not even recognize that gentleman. That guy right there, his name is Greg Williams.
You see what outfit he wearing?
Yeah. That's back when he was
Keller's
getting
he wearing
busy.
this shit. Yeah, right.
He's back when he was getting busy, man. Listen, man, he was the Rams defensive coordinator for a bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know Greg, he stand on business. Talk about a crash out. That boy, listen, he the head honcho on the coaching staff. All right, it's one thing that are players, but yeah. If you know about Greg Williams, you know about Greg Williams.
Greg Williams. Look, I'm not gonna say it, but look, put it like this: my players is on high alert. My offensive line and running backs and all those type of guys is on high alert when it comes to protecting my quarterback because of this particular defensive coordinator and shit.
Boy, he was the Suge Knight of football.
Give y'all one last look at Jay's all-time 11 personnel offense and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, next week on the season finale of our podcast and shit, and then we're gonna take a couple weeks break, maybe even a week or so, because I was just thinking like we might come back for a special edition right after the Cowboys Eagle game, depending on how that shit goes. Mm-hmm. But next week on our season finale, we will be unveiling our all-time defense, which will be in base nickel, normal nickel defense and shit to combat each other's offense and shit. You guys in the comments will let us know which team wins and by what score. Let's let's just have some fun with it. Yeah. But this is one last look at Jay's offense, man. You guys let us know what you think down in the comments.
Yeah, tell us what you think about our offenses. Which one would you prefer? Or, hey, man, again, listen, we go through these comments, man. Put in your own offense. Quarterback, running back, receivers, X, Y, Z. Let us see what y'all got, man. I mean, so we can check it out. We might even post it next week, man. If we like, I said, oh crap, we didn't think to put that combo together. So yeah, post it.
Word. And we definitely see, as you guys see, that we commenting on everything that you guys putting in these comments. Rather it be the question of the weeks that we love seeing you guys answers for question of the week. You know what's the most answered that I got for this past question of the week? This past question of the week was about what our athlete you would like to see in their prime, stay in their prime forever, right? That was last
week. Yeah.
Yeah. The answer that I got the most, honestly, was Wilt Chamberlain. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain and surprisingly, the answer that I only got one time was Michael Jordan.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So
really, Mike once.
Mike only got answer once. We got beast mode about 4 times. I believe we got Deion Sanders twice. Somebody said LeBron James, but they said a particular LeBron James. They said second year in Miami, LeBron James. They said that LeBron James and shit.
LeBron James.
All right, so we had some Kobe mentions. We had some OJ mentions. Not OJ. I'm sorry. Gail Sarah mentions. Earl Campbell, I think, was a mention thrown out there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we had some people that gave us some great answers last week for our question of the week. But before we get into our question of the week this week, I know bro got a blazing 5 that he wanted to throw my way and shit.
Yeah, I definitely do, man. Cause we sometimes we gotta take the blazing 5 away from New Jersey Preem, man. Yeah. So all right, I'm in control this week. All right, got a blazing 5 for you, brother. You ready?
Hold on, let me blaze up real quick.
Oh, okay. Blaze up for the blazing 5, right?
I'm ready whenever you are, good sir.
All right, with that being said, we are talking top 5 boxers.
Okay, let's
You
go.
ready? All right,
Yes,
so I'm
sir.
gonna, if y'all, if this is your first time
Yeah,
seeing the
let them know
Blazing
how that work.
Fives,
Yeah, let them know.
pretty much it is you have to put it in order from 1 to 5. It's like a blind ranking basically. So I'm gonna maybe give a name, and then he has to place anywhere in the spots between 1 to 5, and to see what order. Now, mind you, he doesn't know the next person. I may throw out a name. He doesn't know the next person that's coming up. So we about to
Yes,
just run
sir.
it for y'all so y'all can see how it works.
Running for the cardio.
All right, man. So the first person on the list is Muhammad Ali.
1,
Okay. Rocky Marciano.
4,
Sugar Ray Robinson.
3,
Manny Pacquiao.
5,
Floyd Mayweather.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. Yeah,
All right.
I'm okay with that. I was waiting because I was hoping that I didn't put. I just didn't want to put Manny over anybody else. That's all. Cause
Mm.
out of those 5, I'm comfortable with that one. I'm
I
comfortable with
was
that.
going to throw Mike in there, but I said, you know what?
I would have put him at 2. I think the only person that I'm putting behind or in front of, in my opinion, the only person I'm putting in front of Ali is probably Floyd.
Yeah, Mike would have threw
Like, you
Mike
know
would
what I'm
have threw you
saying?
off though, because I said, all right, he already put Ali at 1.
Yeah,
You put Floyd at 2 at the end. If I'd have threw Mike in there, you would have it would have been off already.
yeah.
Yeah, so I said, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I said, let me
I ain't
switch
mad
it
at
to
that
last.
though.
Yeah, so I switched that. I said, you know what, I'm gonna just do this. I put Manny
Smoke that
instead.
blazing 5.
You
You
know what I
feel
mean?
me? You smoke
I
that
ain't gonna.
blazing 5.
All right, that was a good blazing 5, man. So where
Yeah.
we at now?
Yeah, I gotta get to my question of the week and shit. But before we do, as usual, y'all make sure y'all do that YouTube thing. To all of our audio listeners over there on what is it? See, Classic Joints radio and shit. We appreciate you guys for
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, you see, I didn't finish the blunt by the end of the episode and shit. So y'all already know how I'm feeling. But as we get into our Blazing 5, this
Yeah.
is the one that we I don't even know what we agreed on asking for real, bro.
Okay, so the question of luckily for production meetings, right?
Right.
Um, it was if you
The
had to
question of the
hear
week,
the
yeah.
question of the week is if you had to hear a song
Ah, there
again
you
for the
go.
first
Yeah.
time,
Uh-huh.
what would that song be? Want me to start it off or you?
Nah, go ahead, bro. I'm so glad that you
All
mentioned it
right.
and shit.
So me, I ain't gonna lie, because that to me, I thought that was a good question, and it was hard for me, and for no real reason other than I just love those songs. Ah man, it was for me, and it's still crazy because we talked about something else we didn't talk about, but it would be "Can't Knock the Hustle"
Okay. No
by Jay
doubt.
Z, Major Blige, and "Imaginary Players," also by Jay.
We're
So
okay.
it made me
Okay.
think. I say, man, and for no real particular reason. Honestly, I thought it was such a good question, and I had to give an answer for. I didn't really. I just was sitting here just thinking, and it was no real connection. Me just being a Jay fan, and as from being really young, and I was just like, those are just two of my favorite songs by Hove,
Word.
man. I mean, there's a plethora. I mean, but those ones came off the top of my head first, so I just went with
Oh hell
those.
yeah. I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
for me to answer and is shit, I probably just go straight to Big, and one of the songs, excuse me, one of the songs that I heard from him that I was like, this can't be like you can't be able to do this like this guy, you know what I'm saying, like this got to be like not even on some shit like you can't be this good, like I was just like I couldn't fathom like a person being this good
Mm,
at rapping and shit was Niggas Bleeds, because I remember
mm,
hearing that shit for the first time and
mm-hmm.
like instantly being able to visualize that shit, you know what I'm
Yo, that
saying?
joint. Listen, if y'all don't know, again, Jay Z is my favorite rapper of all time, but my favorite album, hip hop album of all time, is Life After Death,
No
and
doubt.
that is again when you talk about My bad. I know I just cut you. I just got to get this
Nah,
out
you
my
straight.
system.
Nah, you good.
The song. I mean, if you haven't heard niggas bleed, like the storytelling and how how he just walked you through that whole joint of all the characters. Of course, the funniest part was his last line of how it ends.
Right, yeah,
You
right.
know what I mean? The double park by the hydrant. You heard?
Uh-huh. The
But
range told off. They double parked by a hydrant.
yeah, I'm gonna let you
Stupid
go ahead and finish
fuck.
it. That joke was hard though. That's my favorite album of all time. Though.
And
Go ahead.
and by my other second favorite artist of all time, you know what I'm saying, Nasir Jones, it will be Rewind. I remember hearing that shit for the first time and shit, and I'm like, damn. And it's so funny because my older brother put me on to it. He was like, yo, you rapping that shit backwards. I'm like, what do you mean you rapping that shit backwards? He's like, just listen to it. And I'm listening to that shit. I'm dumbfounded. I'm like, how the fuck you even do that? Who put me onto it?
Mm-hmm.
My brother Tamil and shit.
Oh, Mel, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Mel.
Shout out to
But
Mel.
he had put me on and shit back in the day and shit. And I'm like, there's no way in hell a nigga gonna be rapping backwards and I'm gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, yeah.
I listened to that shit, bro. I was dumbfounded. I'm like, there's no way. Because at that time, of course, you had a young Preem trying to get his pen sharp and shit. So he's like, yeah, listen to this shit, nigga. Ain't no way you know what I'm saying? Think about doing that shit.
We gotta, back in the day, if y'all knew New Jersey Preem used to have them bars back in the day. We
Bro,
have to
I
get
just
him
had
up
an
here.
old pack dropped on me from one of my old people I used to work with, bro. I'm talking about way back in the day shit. Old shit that just got thrown at me.
Oh, yo, listen up, fam. This is what we gonna do. I'm gonna need y'all to get in the comments. Cause what we gonna do, if we get enough of them joints, we gonna open up our next episode. Preem gonna just spit a little something for us. He gonna spit a little. He gonna spit a little something for us. Beginning and the end of the joint, just to know what I mean. You see Cam and Mace over there. Listen, we gotta try. You got me.
Only if you do the same. Only if you do the same.
See, but listen, I was puffy in the situation. I might do a little shoulder joint. Like I might.
You don't want to be puffy now.
Nah, you don't. You don't.
You don't want to be puffy now. You guys make sure y'all comment down below y'all question of the week. Make sure y'all let us know what is one song that y'all wish y'all could hear again for the first time. An honorable mention on my end would be "Love Yours" by J. Cole. That was just a dope song. That's one of the songs that when anybody asks me what is a song that you would introduce somebody to hip hop to, it's that song, Changes in White Man's World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Niggas Bleed. You know what I'm saying? That's the songs that I choose that be like, here, listen to these joints. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bet. I like that. I like them joints.
Yes, sir. But with that being said, as always, we appreciate you guys for kicking it with us. And for the ones that stay to the very end, y'all the ones that we really appreciate the most. Not saying that we don't appreciate nobody else, but if y'all here, we appreciate y'all the most. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, like we was just saying in the beginning of the podcast, man, to just thank and appreciate you guys because it's certain things that obviously you guys don't see. And different things, we going back and forth, calling and talking to other people and different things, opportunities are being presented, which is crazy because we started this podcast and now it's crazy. Like this, like they really about to know me, like. So that's actually super dope. Shout out to those folks.
And it's because
we'll
of y'all.
Tell y'all at a later time.
You know what I'm saying? Before we go, I just want to say that perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, it's because of y'all. If you guys not pushing this out in the algorithm, if you guys not, you know what I'm saying, being active in those comments, hitting that like button, sharing the content and shit like that, the people that's noticing us is not noticing us without you guys. So we definitely appreciate you guys wholeheartedly, man. And with that being said, we need you guys to stay fried as usual, my friends. We are out.
God.